Triangulation. Triangulation is all about bringing multiple pieces of evidence together to have the greatest impact on a child's provision. There are three main sections: surface level, deep dive and impact. But we mustn't forget about the so what. Why is this actually matched to the child? What is it actually going to do? Surface level. Surface level are the signposts, the things that make us sit up and think, things aren't quite right here, we need to have a look in more depth. These can include data collection systems such as iSend, qualification trackers, Cherry Garden and MAP. We could also use PLIM tracking systems. Benchmarking internally and externally. Safeguarding, including reports on CPOMs, behaviour records, external agencies, including speech and language and OT, attendance percentages, team meetings and parental communication. Once you've been signposted to a child, a deep dive must take place to collect as much evidence as possible to find out exactly what is going on. These bits of evidence can include curriculum intent, implementation and impact, long-term and medium-term planning and thinking, rationale for content choices and sequencing, learning walks, lesson sit-ins, work scrutiny and moderation, teacher discussion, curriculum choices, pupil observation, pupils building schema and learning recall, and EHCP short-term targets. Once the evidence has been collected, it's time to think about what the next steps are going to be. What is going to have the greatest impact on that child? This could be a change to EHCP long-term targets, a change to the provision, interventions put in place, internally or externally, school development plans being reviewed along with whole school targets, specialised staff CPD being put in place and appraisals being reviewed, and finally an emergency review may be needed. To help us follow the principles of triangulation and evidence collection, this sheet has been made. Start off with the surface level indicator. What was the indicator? Then move on to your deep dive. What did you do? What did you find? Who was involved? When did you do it? Finally, think about the next steps. What's the impact going to be? What was the outcome? What is happening now? How will this be monitored? It's a great way to monitor why and when interventions are needed.